You are about to watch a woman broken apart for information she does not have. London, 1546. Deep inside the Tower of London, iron hinges scream as a rack is cranked to its limit. A young woman lies strapped to the frame. Her wrists and ankles are bound with coarse rope. As the wheel turns, her shoulders rip from their sockets. Her hips begin to separate. Her name is Anne Boleyn. She is not a foreign spy. She is not a traitor plotting to overthrow the king. She is a slight bookish woman accused of the crime Henry VIII hated most, believing the wrong things about God. At the foot of the rack stands the Lord Chancellor of England, Thomas Reppersley. This is the king's chief minister. He is not here to watch. He is here to work. The official record says Anne confessed nothing. That sounds almost noble, heroic. But the reality was far more vicious. Picture Reppersley's hands on the wheel itself. He is not delegating this to a jailer. He is leaning into it, grinding bone against joint. Each turn stretches Anne's body further, the tendons in her arms snapping one by one. He demands names, powerful names, courtiers, ladies close to Queen Catherine Parr. He is not really interested in Anne's faith. He is interested in whether he can use her screams to bring down people above her. And passes out. They throw water in her face. They keep going. By the time they're done, she can no longer walk. When she is finally burned at Smithfield, they have to carry her to the stake and tie her upright, just to make the execution possible. The reports simply say she was examined on the rack, as if this was a routine procedure, as if the tower was a place where the truth was calmly discovered. But this building was never about truth. It was designed to make the entire city afraid. To understand the tower, you have to go back to the beginning and look at it the way Londoners first saw it. It is the late 11th century. Most of London is low and wooden. Crooked lanes, timber houses, smoke curling from thatched roofs. And then over all of it, something impossible appears on the skyline. A block of pale stone, thick as a fortress, rising above the city like a clenched fist. William the Conqueror did not build this white tower to protect London. He had just taken the city by force. He built it to remind everyone that he could do it again. Imagine walking through those narrow streets and looking up at this new structure. The stones are foreign, all from Normandy. The walls are so thick that sound barely escapes. No one knows what is happening inside. That is the point. This is not just a building. It's a message. Power lives here. It can see you. You cannot see it. Over the centuries, the tower will be extended, wrapped in more walls and more towers. But the basic idea never changes. The monarch sits in the light. The tower sits in the corner of your eye watching. And when the king or queen needs someone to disappear, body, reputation, or truth, that is where they go. In May 1536, the most famous woman in England is brought through Traitor's Gate. Anne Boleyn, the queen who risked everything to marry Henry VIII, is now accused of adultery, incest, and treason. The charges are wild. The list of alleged lovers includes her own brother. It doesn't matter whether they're true, because by the time Anne sets foot inside the tower, her death has already been arranged. We know this because of one chilling detail. Before her trial even begins, Henry orders an executioner from Calais, not an axeman from the tower staff, a specialist swordsman shipped over from France. He is on his way across the channel, while the jury is still being assembled. Ask yourself, who books the specialist executioner before the verdict? If there is even the slightest chance of acquittal. Anne is lodged in the same royal apartment she once occupied before her coronation. The irony is deliberate. She can see the chapel where she will soon be buried. She can see the courtyard where the scaffold will stand. For 3 days she waits. When Anne stands in the great hall of the tower for her trial, the judges already know what must happen. The French swordsman is getting closer with every time. She defends herself fiercely. Even hostile observers admit she speaks with clarity and courage. But the tower is not a place where a queen can defeat a king. The verdict is handed down. Death. On the morning of her execution, she walks to the scaffold with controlled composure. She does not confess to the crimes. She does not accuse Henry. She sticks to the ritual words. She prays for the king, declares herself his loyal wife, and commends her soul to God. This is not because she has suddenly accepted justice. It is because everyone here knows the rules. The tower can destroy your body. It does not want your last words to destroy the king's reputation. The swordsman waits unusually close. There is no block. Anne kneels on the bare boards. She has been told that the sword is hidden. She will not see it coming. The crowd falls silent. The official account will say only that she died with a devout womanly demeanor, clean, controlled, almost polite. But beneath that sentence lies the real use of this place. Not justice, not truth, but the careful management of death. If the tower can torture a woman like Anne Askew and erase the legal rights of a queen like Anne Boleyn, what chance does a child have? In 1483, 2 boys arrive at the tower as royal heirs. They will leave it as ghosts. The elder is Edward, about 12 years old. The younger is his brother Richard, about 9. They are brought to the tower in preparation for Edward's coronation. This is normal. Kings traditionally stay here before they are crowned. But within weeks, their uncle Richard, Duke of Gloucester, declares them illegitimate. He takes the crown as Richard III. And the boys, they are seen less and or less. Chroniclers note that they stop appearing at the windows. No more games in the yard. No more glimpses of small figures on the walls. Then nothing, no formal announcement, no funeral. The tower simply swallows them. Years later, rumors circulate. Some say they were smothered in their sleep. Others say they were starved slowly. Every version agrees on one thing. Whatever happened, it happened here inside these walls, out of sight. Then in 1674, nearly 2 centuries later, workmen demolishing the staircase in the White Tower uncover a small wooden chest. Inside are the skeletons of 2 children. The bones are found precisely where you would hide bodies you never once seen. Deep in the stone heart of the fortress, beneath a staircase sealed away. Even in death, the tower keeps its secrets. From Anne Askew on the rack to Anne Boleyn's booked execution to the silent disappearance of the princes, one pattern runs through every century of the tower's story. This is not just a prison. It is a machine for controlling reality. If the crown wants a confession, the tower stretches you until the words come. If the monarch wants a legal process, the tower stages a trial whose outcome is decided before the witnesses speak. If a rival heir is a threat, the tower swallows him whole. The stones themselves become collaborators. They muffle screams. They hide bodies. They outlast witnesses. When tourists walk through the tower today, they see ravens and crown jewels. But behind the glass lies the grim reality. The Tower of London was built to make a conquered city afraid. For almost 1,000 years, it has done something even darker. It has decided which lives mattered, which deaths were seen, and which truths were buried so deep that only bones and rumors remain.